How do you master your skill?
Some people dream of good things. Very few people.
Hello and welcome. Today we're going to be planting our seed potatoes. There's a few ways that we're going to be doing this today. So the first one is we're going to be recycling some of our old compost that we grew potatoes in last year. As you can see, there's a little bit of a rogue potatoes left over, and I know that some people aren't very comfortable doing this, but it's something that we do and we haven't had any negative effects from it. Of course, if you've got diseases, it's not a good idea, but we had great success for last year, so we might as well do it. This is just some soil from the ground and things like that with additives, and because it's already grown potatoes in it, we want it to be super okay and fantastic for the next year, so we're going to put some more like fertilizers and stuff like that in there. So the first thing we're going to be putting in is some bloodfish and bone meal, which we're going to be using to enrich the soil. And you can see we're also putting in some compost at the top and some bloodfish and bone meal there. And what we're going to do is dig it in. And also what we like to use is some fish manure, some chicken manure. And then what we do is just turn that over and dig it in and refresh it a little bit, the soil. We also dig through and make sure that we get out some of the annual weeds, because like I said, this is soil that originally came from our land, so it does have a bit of weeds and things like that in it, but it isn't too bad. Get all the big bits of stone and things like that out of there as well, just so that the potatoes have the maximum space that they need to expand. And these are basically the type of potatoes we're using. We've got Hattie, we've got Salad Blue, Carver, and Philip Piper. So once we put the potatoes in, we're going ahead and covering it all the way up to the top. So basically, we don't have to earth up the potatoes. We do it right to the top of the potato sack so that the potatoes can just go ahead and grow. This way I find is a lot less work for us in the long run, because I don't have to earth them. Now the soil does kind of like settle down a little bit, and you do have a couple of inches you do top up later, but I'll just do that before they even shoot through. I've chitted all my potatoes, which I did in a earlier video, which I will put above, and we just go ahead, like I said, pop it all the way up to the top and then leave it for the potatoes to grow when they want to, and it gives a nice insulation for like frost and things like that, because it is only very early in March. We did really fantastic with the compost we made this year, which is here, so we didn't really need to use that much shop bought compost, and it was really fantastic. I'm just picking out some of the like larger pieces or any weeds or anything like that didn't break down. I did for some odd reason put a load of bulbs in my compost, so that was not the best idea, and I'm going to have to pull them all out. So that's what we're putting in the bucket there. We're just making sure that any of the bulbs that, or sticks or twigs or in that, don't go into the compost. And then we're going to give it a nice dig through. Because this compost has just been made and is fantastic, we're not going to go ahead and put any sort of enrichments in it. And this compost was so easy. We didn't actually turn this compost at all, and you can see it's right up to the brim, and it's so great. We didn't turn it. It's only been made for the last few months, so the last time that we when we put all of this in, it was the late summer and then early autumn sort of thing, so that like everything that we used from the autumn, we just popped in there a bit of food scraps and things like that from the kitchen, and just nothing that's been cooked. And then we let the weather just break it down. We didn't turn it, and it is absolutely fine. It's great compost. So as you can see here, I'm going to put probably about 2 inches of compost, and then I'm going to put my seed potatoes in, chits up, and as you can see they've only got 1 chit, and then one in the middle because we had so many potatoes this year. So then I'm going to fill them up with the compost left over in the barrel, and fill it right up to the top. Once again, this hasn't been enriched or anything. Just use all the compost. We used probably one side of the compost there, and yeah, so we used about one side of the compost, which was fantastic. So we've still got a load more compost to do all of our other projects with, which I'm going to be using to, say, fill up pots, top dress soils and things like that. So I'm very excited about it. Thanks for watching.